One of the problems you're virtually guaranteed to run into quite a few times is poor image quality or file sizes that are not sufficient for a high quality page. A lot of parents don't really understand the technology well enough to even understand what things like resolution or file size mean. So a lot of the files we get may be too small, the resolution may be too low. I'm going to show you one way to kind of fix that. And you'll know that a few ways, and I'll show you one. So if I go to upload files, and I want to upload to the parent page, I would browse files, and I would choose the file I want. In this case, it's called Practice 1, which you can see in the background here. I've already uploaded a few times. So I would upload that by hitting open, and then I would hit start upload. I've already uploaded it twice, so I just want to point out, you'll notice the file size is very low. It's only 322 kilobytes. The parent page, which you see over here on the left, that was about 3,000 kilobytes. So that was about 1,000 times larger than the file we have here. So that immediately tells you we're probably going to have an issue. But just to double check, once you've uploaded that, I'll come over and I'll place that image. So you can see that the size is fairly small, but we can probably just adjust that. If I click and I drag, it actually won't go any larger. I can go the other way, I can make it smaller. But if I continue to drag, it hits that point and it will no longer get any larger, and it's not going to be a good quality image to include in this page, especially if instead of just this random image, it's an actual page the parent created. The parent's not going to appreciate an ad that looks like that. So we have to fix this. So we're going to get rid of that. And what you'd have to do is you'd have to come to Photoshop. I'll just open this again so you can see. You're going to open Photoshop, go to File, Open, and you're going to choose the file that you have saved somewhere on your computer. Now it looks pretty decent. If I look at that, I can't really understand why there's a problem. It looks like it's pretty high resolution. So here's what we're going to want to do. We're going to want to go to Image. We're going to go to Image Size. There's a few things we have to look at. Now immediately, the width and the height, that seems okay, but this resolution is not what we need. 72 tells me that someone either took this off Facebook, they took it off the internet, which means it's been compressed to save space. So I want to change this. We need at least 300. So if I hit 300 and allow that to adjust, now you see it's significantly larger. So now let me just go to View, Fit on Screen. So now this is the image I'm getting. It looks exactly like what I was looking at before, but I've changed the resolution on it. So now let me file, save it as, let's call it Practice 1, high resolution maybe. All right, some way to let you know that this is the high resolution version. And we'll hit OK to all these default settings. Now if I go back to the yearbook software, I'm going to go to Upload Photos. I still want to make sure it's the parent page file. I'll browse files. Now in this case, this file here was the one that was too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the high resolution one and hit open. And you can immediately see that it's a much larger file size, so I should be better off here. So if I start the upload, sometimes it takes longer than is convenient. Let's go to the parent page folder. And now I can assume that this is the next one. And if I mouse over it, it's the high resolution. So I'll place that image. And you'll immediately see much larger, easier to place. Now I can crop it, adjust it, whatever I have to do. Every now and then you'll run into an image where once you do this change, when it becomes this large, it's very blurry, it's pixelated, the quality is not good. Doesn't happen all the time, but if you ever run through this procedure in Photoshop and you wind up with an image that is just not a good quality image, that's the point where we're going to have to contact the parent and let them know we need the original photo, we need it to be rescanned, something like that. Doesn't happen all the time, but if you ever do this process and it's a very blurry image and it doesn't look as sharp as these images you see now, that's an issue. We can't include that in the yearbook. Just make sure you shoot myself an email, let me know, and then I will get in contact with the parent and adjust that. If you notice that and you still want to create some pages, just delete this photo if it's a bad quality. Go find another folder and then upload one that is. It shouldn't be a tremendous problem this year. Digitally, the files I've seen have tended to be pretty good quality, but it will happen from time to time. So easiest way, if you have that problem where it's too small, is to go back in and you just need to go to image size, and make sure that resolution is fine. You can also adjust the image width and height and all that stuff. So that's another way you can do that as well.